When I'm good, I'm very good. But when I'm bad, I'm better.
Hello. Oh, I still have comments up. Hi, Soul Reaper. Hey, Demogeni. So, my guest later for tonight, I don't know if something happened or something came up, but I have not heard from him. So, it might just be a me show. So, Saucy Rabble with myself and you. Oh, gosh. Look at you guys already pouring in. Hell yeah. Hello, Dragon Wise. Good morning. Titties and beer, hookers and blow. Something like that. Oh, man. I have a lot of stuff lined up. My tabs are ridiculous. Hey, Yamato 85, dual tapping, getting in early. Saw you. But I feel like I'm doing this for the first time every time. I don't stream enough, I guess. But it's a whole different ball game when you're on your own. So I like the back and forth of the combo. It stretches the show from an hour to 2. So it might be a shorter bit of a show tonight. No, that's why I'm a little concerned. I hope everything's okay. So Jesse's really cool. I was on his show last week, and he was talking about being on my show today. So yeah, I just hope everything's okay. But it's all right on this end. We will manage. We're in this together. Let's see. Yeah, you do a tab. But yeah, Jesse's awesome. I don't know if you caught his shows. He's on panel shows with Shagsworth pretty regularly, and he does his own streams. He's streaming all the time. Mad lad. Texas Beast, you made it. You day it even. No, I'm just stupid. Well, thanks for everybody showing up already. Let's see. There's a lot of stuff going on that I thought was interesting. But let me see my stuff here. So this was a fun little chat GPT thing. I did not do this, but oh, I guess I have to share my screen first. I'm telling you, it's like the first time every time. Hey, we're in a live. Bob, good to see you. Yeah. Phew. You might have missed something important. Just me. Look, I should have like Feed the Ducks on or something because it feels awfully silent right now. Let me bring up my little doodad here. There's so many tabs. There was something I was going to complain about. I can't remember what it was right now. But it had to do with StreamYard. Oh, good Lord. Oh, did anybody catch the discussion between Daddy Musk and Emperor Lord Trump? You know what? I'm just going to read it to you. You don't have to look at it. It's not one of those. So I'm just going to read it to you. So somebody had asked ChatGPT to, let's see. Hail everybody. Let's see. So somebody asked ChatGPT to write a poem in the style of Dr. Seuss about what would happen if the government of the United States sent its military to fight civilians. Interesting prompt. And shockingly enough, and I'm all orange right now, it came back with shooty, shooty, pew, pew, pew. Let's all learn what guns can do. Liberals in the USA love to nod their heads and say, you bought your guns from a store. You can't fight a civil war. Fight the army, you will lose. They have jets and tanks to use. That's not where the story ends. They have homes and kids and friends. Tyrants threaten you with bombs? Just remember, they have moms. You can't live inside your jet. Can we find you? Yes, you bet. You send soldiers and Marines up against AR-15s? They're outnumbered 10 to 1. That is why I need a gun. Don't forget, because it's true. Government is scared of you. So I want to believe ChatGPT did that, but it was probably somebody just faking it. Everything is fake, right? User! Thank you, Leonard. Welcome to the militia. Smash that like. Litu. Hello. Good to see you. Oh man, I've been keeping some bad hours in the AFK watch parties, but who needs to sleep? Let's sleep. All right. I guess I should have lined up my next thing. I couldn't find the one with the home, but don't you dare. That's what I want. This is what I want. All right. So for those of you who were watching other streams and are going to do the listen on replay for the Trump Elon Musk discussion, and Elon was clear on this is a discussion. I just want everyone to get to know you as a person, basically see what you sound like as a person and not like a political figure giving a speech or an interview or that kind of thing. So I thought that was nice. He Trump does like to talk about himself a lot. So some of that was a little not my thing, but he said some really great stuff. I didn't catch the part, but apparently he said that one of the first things he wants to do is get rid of the Department of Education, which sounds interesting. Very spicy. All right, guys, are you sleeping? Oh, no, we don't need sleep. We're just tired. Insomniacs United. Hell yeah. Chat GPT thinks we just have AR-15s. Hush. Hush. And I don't have a new one. But yeah, it's I'm gonna take it out to the range soon. Get some range time. But AR-10s are 5 less scary, don't you know? Yeah, fake AI. That writing was a bit too right for I know, but I want to believe. I want to believe. Okay, so the discussion this evening, it started at it was late starting because Elon addressed it at the beginning of the stream once it was able to be up on the spaces, and he said that their servers were under attack. So they were battling a DDoS attack on X, and they were working on that. Some people were saying that it was overloaded because there were so many people trying to get in that it was just crashing the system. And I was worried it was going to crash the website, to be honest. But apparently that's not the issue because they tested it with 8 million concurrent listeners earlier today. So definitely people trying to mess with either free speech or even, other people have been saying it's more nefarious in that they're tampering with an election. So interesting times. But Elon Musk reported the DDoS attack during a scheduled conversation with former President Donald Trump. The attack disrupted the live event, prompting Musk to consider proceeding with a smaller audience, limiting the number of listeners, and posting the conversation later in full. The incident sparked widespread discussion and speculation about the motives behind the attack, with some suggesting it was an attempt to prevent the conversation from taking place altogether. And Musk and his team are actively working to resolve the issue. And that was a couple of hours ago. I'm glad they were able to get it fixed as quickly as they did. But let's see. Stormbringer, what are you doing here? You did the thing. I am so distracted. I didn't even notice you came in. You're a mad lad. Mad lad. And I appreciate you. You're wonderful. Both are best. I forgot. Every time you go into StreamYard, it automatically loops your sound effects. So you get a double. Thank you so much. There it is. I found the wrong thing. Let's see. Sonia's here. Oh, hello. Hello. Alfredo Chorizo. Let's see. But I don't know if you saw this, and I didn't mean for this to be solely an X stream because I found everything on X. It was just I was so furiously mad for the last week, and I was just bookmarking everything that pissed me off. This one didn't piss me off. This was pretty glorious today. So Terry Breton, he is a doofus. He's a little light in the loafers and slightly retarded. Kind of looks like a woman too. Let's see. Oh, I went too far. He's from the European Commission, and he sent a letter to Elon about responsibilities. That the post was actually with great audience come greater responsibility. The bullshit posts that have been coming out of the UK from government officials and security personnel or whatever, who's just want to keep everyone safe from online crime, violence. It's bullshit. With great audience comes greater responsibility, as there is a risk of amplification of potentially harmful conduct in connection with events with major audience around the world. I sent this letter to Elon Musk. Gag. Let's see. Can I make it bigger? Oh, it does the opposite when you're, holy moly. I'm boomering it up today. I'm so sorry. But All right, we can just read it here. Dear Mr. Musk, I am writing to you in the context of recent events in the UK and in relation to the planned broadcast on your platform X of a live conversation between a US presidential candidate and yourself, which will also be accessible to users in the EU. Oh no! Have access to information or a conversation. Wow, such violence. I understand that you are currently doing a stress test of the platform. In this context, I am compelled to remind you of the due diligence obligations set out in the Digital Services Act, the DSA, as outlined in my previous letter. Why are you so obsessed with him? As the individual entity ultimately controlling a platform with over 300 million users worldwide, of which one third are in the EU, that has been designated as a very large online platform. No shit, Sherlock. You have the legal obligation to ensure X's compliance with EU law and, in particular, the DSA in the EU. Bullshit. Uh, do we as citizens of the United States, and I'm sure there are rules, certain types of rules, the obvious ones, right? The really bad ones. You don't want to have that kind of content on your platform, but just speech for the sake of speech. If it's not illegal in your country where your company is based, I, I'm under the impression you personally are not under the control of another government's set of laws. I don't know. It's the way this is written just pissed me off. This noticeably means ensuring. Did I read that one? Oh, blah, blah, blah. Very large platform. Sure. This notably means ensuring, on one hand, that freedom of expression and of information, including media freedom and pluralism, are effectively protected, and on the other hand, there's the but, that all proportionate and effective mitigation measures are put in place regarding the amplification of harmful content in connection with relevant events, including live streaming, which, if unaddressed, might increase the risk profile of X and generate detrimental effects on civic discourse and public security. This is important against the background of recent examples of public unrest brought about by the amplification of content that promotes hatred, disorder, incitement to violence, or certain instances of disinformation. I don't know if I want to read the whole thing. It also implies informing EU judicial and administrative authorities about undue delay on the measures taken to address their orders against content considered illegal, according to national and/or EU law. 2, taking timely, diligent, non-arbitrary, and objective action upon receipt of notices by users considering certain content illegal, informing users concerning the measures taken upon receipt of the relevant notice, and for publicly reporting about content moderation measures. In this respect, I note that the DSA obligations apply without exceptions or discrimination to the moderation of the whole user community and content of X, including yourself as a user with over 190 million followers, which is accessible to EU users and should be fulfilled in line with the risk-based approach of the DSA, which requires greater due diligence in case of a foreseeable increase of the risk profile. As you know, formal proceedings are already ongoing against X under the DSA, notably in areas linked to the dissemination of illegal content and the effectiveness of the measures taken to combat disinformation. I can't with these people. I've been so mad at oh gosh, there's so many people. Hey, Sexy Jess. Hey, Andrew Thomas. Alfredo Chorizo. Always. Oh, good night, Stormbringer. He's so sweet. He's the man. Let's see. Elon said that you tried to put restrictions on the conversation. No, how? I mean, if you limit what your citizens can see, I mean, that's one thing, but you can't altogether dictate what a private company in another country with their own set of laws, you can't tell them what to do, even though they said they're going to try. And that's another one of my angry posts. Sonia, I've been so pissed. Adam Juneman, Trump Elon was a great listen. Yeah, I had a good time. Frostbang. I'm just gonna spend the whole time saying hi. It's what it seems like. I have a dog scratching at my door. Real Wade Nation gaming clips. Waiter raid. Hello, waiter raiders. Oh gosh, I'm not used to this. Gooch. Gooch. Is Gooch still here? Please say Gooch is still here. Because he's part of my show. Forever part of my show.
I see it.
Yes, but Gooch. Oh my goodness. Okay, so ass hat there. And then Elon's post, to be honest, I really wanted to respond with this Tropic Thunder meme, but I would never do something so rude and irresponsible. Take a big step back and literally fuck your own face. I'm so glad he bought Twitter. I wasn't really an active user on Twitter prior to the purchase, but it's just been so much better than even the brief time I was on. Way more entertaining. You're part of the show. So yeah, that was something. But I mean, oh, the other asshat. Here's Starmer. What is his title? I don't really care about these people, so I tend to. Oh, he's the prime minister. Since when? Don't mind me getting ready for it. Oh, good night, John. He's the freaking prime minister. Oh, I just keep hearing wonderful things about him. I thought he was some like director of security or I don't know, something stupid. But he is something stupid. He's the prime minister. So okay. So his number one priority is to make sure his communities are safe. And thanks to the police forces, those who participate in violence online and offline will face the full force of the law. What is violence online? There's people that say language or words are violence. Some people say silence is violence. But okay, reality based here. What is that? What does that look like? How is it harming anybody? Definitionally, is that a word? But the words have lost all meaning, right? So I guess it doesn't really matter. Yeah, Keir Stalin, pretty much. Oh, good night, John. Yeah, it doesn't exist. It's not real. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words may never hurt me. I mean, this guy remembers the Pepperidge Farm. Remembers? He kind of looks like the Pepperidge Farm guy. No, I'm thinking the Orville Redenbacher. Life is the leading cause of death. True. Some say yes, flatulence is violence. Dutch ovens can be deadly. So PSA. My next PSA on Dutch ovens. Oh my gosh, my daughter, she is 6, right? And she's gross. She's like fart jokes and she does all this stuff. She keeps trying to get me to go under the blanket and play with her just to Dutch oven me. And I never strike my child. But sometimes I'm just like, you know what? I'm not gonna go. I need to take a moment. It's too much. Yeah, violence online is hurting someone's their feelings. I mean, who reports that? I mean, I can see people exploiting like stupid laws. You don't like somebody and you see that they said something, or you don't like who they support. Which do you think these people that are calling on outside of the police spying on your business, which they are doing a whole lot of that, they're doing undercover operations in forums to see if people will say things that are against the narrative or not friendly or, just talking, but they're not supporting the right things, or they're sharing videos or content or news articles about certain things happening among a certain demographic of illegally occupying in their country illegally. But I guess it's not illegal if the country is allowing it, right? So undocumented, I guess, is the most appropriate, but that sounds stupid too. Put the Dutch ovens? No. Or striking children. It's hilarious, but it's just so gross. I was sitting on the couch with her yesterday. She ran over and stood up next to me just to fart in my face. Like the friggin' Canadians in South Park. I was like, did you just seriously come over just to do that? And she cracks up and she just thinks it's the best thing ever. She likes disgusting me. It's her favorite hobby. Okay, so this dude, prime minister, douche face, and the police force, their police accounts, confirmed, blue check, official accounts, have been bragging about the work they're doing to arrest people for things that they said on the internet. So he says a little thing here. It's only 42 seconds, and he's too ginormous. Well, shoot. That's better.
I think it's really important that we maintain high alert. I've obviously been here at the control room of the Met looking at what's essentially the nerve centre. But my message to the police and all of those that are charged with responding to disorder is maintain that high alert. I'm absolutely convinced that having the police officers in place these last few days in the right places, the swift justice that's being dispensed in our courts have had a real impact. But we have to stay on high alert going into this weekend because we absolutely have to make sure that
it's having a really big impact in pissing off your citizens. They're due for another revolution, and it's going to be ugly. It's going to be super ugly. Yeah. Big Brother much? I'm telling you, 1984 is here. It's like, it wasn't supposed to be a user manual, dude. Come on.
communities are safe.
It's asinine. This one really, we're on, this is a rant show now. I was so pissed off all week. Limey bastards. I posted one thing and I was like, Ryan Roger, are you going to be okay? Because, he says some spicy things. This one, Staffordshire Police Road Policing Unit. Okay. Oh, no, it's too small for you. Hold on. Thanks to the lovely individual who decided to spit phlegm all over one of our unattended cars whilst we were conducting inquiries into the police Stafford area. No doubt on hate speech or online violence. We hope you have a great day, whoever you are. Unfortunately for that person, it was captured on CCTV. # see you soon. That car. That's not a car. It deserves to be spat on. But seriously, going after people for that. Meanwhile, their country is on fire, and communities and the culture that was Britain, like whole areas of London, are no longer what they were just like 5-10 years ago. It's insane. The people that have been coming into these countries for the last, almost 10 years now, they're not assimilating. You know this. They're not assimilating to the culture around them. They are bringing there's Sharia law and all that stuff. They're bringing all that with them, right? And the police force are catering to it. This one. Did you see this video? It looks like a hostage video. Or the meme. You know the one, the couch meme. Let's see. What are you guys talking about? Pay attention. U.S. is watching these tactics with militarizing BLM and Antifa going, yeah, but we have an advantage that other countries don't. Our 2A, and that's why they're trying to take it away, right? They deserve what traitors of a country gets. Yeah. I'm wondering when the politeness and tea time and crumpets and all that bullshit was just going to get put aside. I know a lot of the Irish, I talked about that, I think it was last week. People are sick of it. Communities that are affected by the violent, actual real world violence, young girls getting SA'd by immigrants, citizens, and they're not being contained or imprisoned or whatever due to lack of resources, right? The prisons are overcrowded, yet they're going to direct the resources to people that said something that someone else didn't like online. I'm telling you, it's so maddening because it just doesn't make any sense. Isn't London like 30% white now? I would not be surprised if that's an actual real number. I haven't checked into the statistics of it, but this right here is freaky to me. And because, growing up here, we've always, my world, it was always like, oh, England, they're pretty much like us in a lot of ways, culturally, Judeo-Christian foundations or whatever. They're similar. They just like to drink tea and they have an accent and, sound a little puffy. But this is really eye-opening, right? In far as the differences in society. Police, I'm not a huge fan on our own soil, but this is just bonkers. So here we go.
Hello, salam alaikum. My name is Phil Hutchinson and I am the Superintendent for Greater Manchester Police based in Oldham. Obviously echo everything that the leader, Rouge, has said. Firstly, thank you very much for inviting us and arranging the meeting. It's the inaugural meeting.
And our teeth. if I had my but I would have done that one. Oh gosh, the British. Hey, bruv. And what is this, Archives? You're amazing. Thank you so much. I'm looking for sounds. I need to get my stream deck going. Some nice person reached out to me on Discord and was like, hey, I hear you have some issues with setting it up. I can help out. I might look into that. Thank you so much, Arcas. Yeah, superintendent of this department. Yikes.
We're having these now bi-monthly. So in respect to what Aruj has mentioned about some increased tension, obviously there are a number of issues going on nationally and within Greater Manchester. We're engaging with all communities, and Greater Manchester Police and UK policing will.
Does he look okay to you? I mean, look at the guy behind him. And I've seen other versions of this that had like a wider pan. This was probably on TikTok or something, and cropped, but it just looks a little freaky. Ugh. They're king. Gross.
Continue to deal with perpetrators and people who are committing crime.
People who are committing crime, you say? People who are committing crime. To be fair, this guy did end up getting arrested, but not right at first.
We've got children and women using those trains, destroying some relatives. They are disgusting, nasty factors, and we need to cut their throats and get rid of them all.
We need their throats, and all these these white people are, yeah. It's like, I mean, idiocracy is looking pretty good at this point compared to the reality.
Thank you all. I'm going to leave it now. And free.
Lemmings. Pathetic. So yeah, did I actually just listen to these so-called anti-fascist protesters say we need to the throats of British people? Yes, you did. And then a while later, he was actually arrested. But if I were sitting in my office talking to you from jolly old England, playing this video, I would be eligible for arrest. That's a crime. Even just sharing it, like somebody said, even just retweeting something that someone else has said. Showing a news video because it makes certain people look bad. Not the white folk. They are so quick to slap the label of white supremacist, far right, anytime that there's white people doing something, and they are going to spread that news like wildfire. That shit's going to be everywhere. But if you, as a white person, share a news video, a clip, a joke, a meme, and I believe it has gotten down to memes. Those are crimes. Memes are not crimes. Getting rid of some tabs. Like this guy. This is another one of those cases where it's the police's official account, Yorkshire Police. 4 criminals have been jailed in the first sentencing linked to disorder. Not violence. Now it's the official charge is disorder, but they what do they call it? It's not a warrant, but they follow you, they watch you online, wait for you to say something or enough things to where I guess it would be draft up a warrant for your arrest. So this 28-year-old Jordan of Brooklands Close in Leeds being arrested for publishing written material intended to stir racial hatred. Need a heart pill. Oh, damn it. Boomer's gonna boom.
They all right? Yeah, so double lock and sort of tighter.
Yeah, Minority Report, thought crimes. But they're posting these things, bragging about it. It's like, this is not a cute look, dude. It's like arresting young men, teenagers, whatever, young adults. Typically, they're men that are sharing memes. Because women aren't funny, except for me. No. Yeah, our warning to anyone thinking of getting involved in this type of criminality is clear. Do not mean. Do not mean. If you cause or incite violence or commit related offending, we will take all necessary steps and use all means at our disposal to bring you to justice. Sounds a little excessive. I don't have it pulled up, and I meant to. It was a lineup, well, not a lineup, but 3 mugshots of individuals who had been arrested for stupid things. Even Elon reposted it and was like, hey, community notes, can you confirm whether this is real or not? Because this is really concerning if it is. And people were posting in the comment section links to the actual articles confirming that those were real cases. So there's this dude who ran a sticker shop, I guess, or just printed stickers as a hobby. I'm not quite sure. But he had a couple phrases that were on stickers. And one of them was, it's okay to be white. What was the other one? It was like pro UK. It was more nationalistic than racial. Something about white guilt, or you shouldn't have white guilt or something. That man was imprisoned for years. And then it contrasted it with this mugshot of an immigrant who essayed a 12-year-old, 13-year-old little girl multiple times. 8 months. Oh, time served. Because why? How is this? I can't even do the mental gymnastics. This is beyond mental gymnastics. This is complete retardation, and as if they're, or just evil. I don't know, but it's just been so, yeah. Clutch your pearls. Whew, too spicy. But that's incitement to hate other people. It's incitement to hate. That is a crime, punishable by years in prison. I thought they didn't have room in prisons, for essayers and violent offenders. But if you liken words to violence, I guess potato over there. It's just asinine. I can't. Oh, and this one really took the cake. This motherfucker right here. Okay. Get ready, boys.
We will throw the full force of the law at people. And whether you're in this country committing crimes on the streets or committing crimes from further afield online, we will come after you.
Talk to me about that, because we have seen some high-profile figures whipping up the hatred. You talked about it in there with the officers, in fact, about this being added to by online commentary. I mean, I'm even thinking of the likes of Elon Musk getting involved. What are you considering when it comes to dealing with people who are whipping up this kind of behaviour from behind a keyboard, maybe in a different country?
Being a keyboard warrior does not make you safe from the law. You can be guilty of offences of incitement, of stirring up racial hatred. There are numerous terrorist offences regarding
terrorist offenses, inciting hatred from another country, sitting in my California home, inciting hatred. Now, I believe they're targeting or specifically speaking about accounts that are influencers that have a wide reach, but even still, they can't do that. And I think he ultimately had to say they can't do that in another briefing. But the audacity, the balls on this little man. Oh, we're going to arrest people in other countries. Could you imagine if China or one of the, more Middle Eastern countries were to go, you and other countries have to abide by our law or we're going to send people to arrest you? First of all, please. Secondly, no. I mean, do you know how much that would take for our own police force and military to accommodate other countries' laws? Again, first of all, fuck off. But it's just ridiculous. The audacity. Mark Rowley.
the sort of publishing of material. All of those offences are in play if people are provoking hatred and violence on the streets, and we will come after those individuals just as we will physically.
This guy's going to come after people. This guy. Nice try, small fry. Oh, please.
We confront on the streets the thugs and the obs who are causing the problems for communities.
So yeah, I mean, people sharing videos of the rioting going on. I mean, but they're of a different color, so you must be inciting hatred. It's like, no, I'm sharing what fuckery is happening in my neighborhood. Oh, and who's doing it? Okay, that's incidental. But look at the fuckery happening in my neighborhood. And they're not covering it on the news because that would be incitement to violence. I've been so mad. Never seen a weaker group of people calling themselves a police force. It's so pathetic. Oh, just following orders. I've seen this picture floating around where it's like split in the middle. Half of it's one of the Nazis, and the other is a Bobby in like the checkered print and stupid ass hat and stuff. Just following orders. Just following orders. Yeah, come and try. Try it. I dare you. That would be hilarious. Could you imagine? Do you know how tiny that little shit island is? How many people are on it? Much less how many people are in law enforcement over there, if you want to call it law enforcement. How, just logistically, how could they do this? Let's say it's totally possible. Logistically, how could they do this? I'm at a loss. I'm at a loss. Mother. Oh, hostage guy. So yeah, I was feeling a little ranty this week, and I thought I'd have somebody to feel the fire. We could just rant together, but I hope the common nerd is okay. For those of you who weren't here earlier, I was supposed to have the common nerd on. I was on his stream last week. He was jazzed about it, and I haven't heard from him all day. Messaged a few times, but yeah, hope he's all right. We will reschedule though, and I'll find some other ranty things to do. Let's see. Oh no, just think Moxie could be in the UK on business or on vacation and get arrested for posting online in the US. Pretty much. So I think, yeah, what you're saying is like I could be over there. They would look up my socials, see that I incited violence, and would arrest me. Sure. I mean, what's the hold though? I know the sticker guy got prison, but a lot of the other videos that you see, a lot of the other videos that you see of them arresting people, I think it's just like an overnight and then they kick them out. So it's like a cite and release, but then they have court dates after, of course. But it's just like, this is just busy work. It's paperwork. It's virtue signaling. It's, I don't know. They virtue signaling because they think it's a good thing. Not actually a virtue at all. Oh, hold please. Hold please. My buttons. Where are all my buttons? Where are my ducks? Where are my ducks? One moment, please. Okay, sorry about that. I didn't check my messages. I do like the jam. It's catchy. But yeah, Leonard. For those of you that don't know my Uber mod, Leonard Ghostal, he's working on a channel. So I want to schedule a stream with him as well. So be on the lookout for that. Yes, all the bread. All the bread. I took my little girl to the park. Was it last week, the week before? And we took bread to feed the ducks, and I took a picture over the pond. So ready to feed the ducks. And there were no ducks. They weren't feeling it that day, I guess. Too busy ducking somewhere else. So my daughter just threw breadcrumbs into the pond. Fish ate them. Fish ate them anyway. So we fed the fish. The damnedest thing is King Charles, at any moment he feels Parliament isn't doing their job, can oust them and resort the country back to absolute monarchy. I mean, I guess it depends on who's at the helm. I don't trust that guy, but the place is crazy. It's absolutely nuts. And you know what? I'm so off. I'm so off. I was like, middle of the news stories. I'm like, I didn't do the bumper. So yeah, not breaking close enough. We already started it. But I like the bumpers. Gotta bump it. Ducking their sheep and goats. So in other news, the Olympics are over. I'm kind of glad. I didn't really watch any. I just saw clips online. Let me get rid of this. Let me get rid of this one. There's so many clips. Let's see. So for those of you who haven't seen the memes, aren't on Twitter, are responsible adults and don't spend a lot of time on Twitter, this thread kind of captured a lot of the key moments that were very memeable. But this guy from Turkey. So I've seen other people posting memorable things from the Olympics and saying, oh, this guy, because he had his hand in his pocket, he chose to do his hand in his pocket and look like it just like he just rolled out of Kirkland's attire and just chose to like no special equipment, glasses or whatever. And he scored, or he won that division, or I don't even know the terms. I don't even know what kind of gun that is. I didn't look it up. I didn't care. But very memeable. And so he was on a team, and I guess that's how it works. Everyone's like, "Oh, he won the gold," or whichever. And it was actually a team effort. So he didn't score as high as his partner did. Team effort, but yay, team! Go sports! It's an air gun. Is it? It doesn't have any sort of projectile, or is there like a BB? I don't know about these things. Anyway, the phrasing of this one was funny. Oh no, I've seen this thread posted by other people, and I think maybe they translated it from another language, because the way I've seen this written before was very bizarre. Egyptian fencer competes at the Paris Olympics while 7 months pregnant. I mean, why? Not going to let the kid stand in your way of your dream? Fine. If it's not risky for your kid, fine. But I don't know. It just seems like a bad idea. Okay. Oh, we're going to get there. Hi, Hell House. All right. So, okay. Anyway, there it is again. But the most memorable event that everyone's talking about is the break dancer. Oh, okay. So yes, she's Australian. Australian's Olympic. Oh, there you go. This is another good one. Australia's Olympic chief blames sexism for criticism of the female breakdancer. I'm sorry. Does that person not have eyeballs? Can they not see? Because sexism. Did sexism make her dance poorly? I mean, dancing. I'll use that loosely. But yay, sexism. It did it again. Women sucking. Well, that's just because you're sexist. If a Black person or, whatever, non-white, does something, ends up sucking at it, you don't like it because you're racist. I'm not even like surprised anymore. It was just like, okay. Interpretive breakdancing. They should combine the screaming white ladies, the liberal white women in the forest, with this kind of a dance. Somebody's doing it somewhere, making lots of money off of stupid women. Anyway. Ooh. This one, I was like, oh no, I'm worried. So this guy dressed up like Kim Jong, and did this. I don't think they were amused. I wonder if he's okay. Is he alive? Oh my god. Oh my god. She was the best of the best of the best. Nope, you're just sexist. Oh, sharing my screen. Let's see. 1 second. Oh no, what did you send me? Jojo Siwa? Ugh. Is the music gonna get me copy struck? Yeah, I don't know if it's gonna give me a copyright claim, but it's gonna give me cancer. That's true. Okay, that's enough. Can't do it. I can't. Jojo Siwa is cancer. Everything is cancer. The world's on fire. But there's this other component about the Olympic Games, the closing. I wanted to get opinions, but I don't have a guest. But that's okay. I have you guys. So I came across this thing, and I hadn't seen the closing. I watched it this evening though. It was 6 minutes of it. You know, they started off with the Last Supper, said it wasn't, but it was. They knew what they were doing. Now, some people have claimed or interpreted this performance. I mean, I guess you did have Tom Cruise rappel down into the stadium, and everyone's like, "What? Mission Impossible?" And they said it's a nod to the fact that, and he did some skydiving thing over the Hollywood sign as a nod to the fact that the Olympics are going to be in Los Angeles in 2028. But this other portion of the close was a dance piece. It's an art piece. It's moving art, people, stuff. So I'm not going to show the video, but there are stills from it and interpretations. So people are saying that this was a depiction of Lucifer in the closing ceremony of the Olympics. But have you noticed all the grays in the background? Apparently that's a term used in certain spheres. I wasn't really familiar with it. I just heard about some of it tonight. Yeah, performance art. It's relative, right? So, I mean, at first glance, I see what could be several things, right? They are in France. I've seen some Cirque du Soleil outfits. Some are a little out there, sure. This one, first glance, I see it like kind of like a depiction of a skull or some kind of like goat or insect type creature. You got the fancy wings and either what are supposed to be horns or antenna. It's hard to say, but it doesn't look friendly, does it? I don't think it looks friendly. Oh, the grays are us from the future. Interesting. Some other sci-fi shows, they were different types of aliens. But yeah, so some are saying he's supposed to be Lucifer. This scene was especially chilling where a bunch of the gray entities that look like NPC characters from the meme, right? Or oh my gosh, I said it earlier. The putties from Power Rangers, those guys. The scene is especially telling where a bunch of the gray entities lift this being on top of the world. Can we zoom in on that? It's a little odd. Okay, it's just odd. In this shot, we can see the grays appearing through some kind of portal. Interesting. Before the gray entities appear on the screen, we are shown an angel statue with cut off head and limbs, which is the goddess Nike. What does it all mean? It's bizarre. It is France. But coupled with how they opened the Olympics, there was intended imagery to offend. There was, even though they deny it after the fact. First, they were like, yeah, we did it, and be offended, bigots. And they're like, oh no, so sorry. Well, totally wasn't that. It's like, yeah, okay. So it'll be interesting to see what, I don't know, some more conspiracy type thinkers think about this or do their homework. But this guy, Alert Channel, let's see, there's some, and I don't know if this is true because they did speak in French over the close. So I don't know what words were actually used, and I did not see any subtitles. It doesn't take much to understand the significance of the closing ceremony of the 33rd Olympic Games. This is a copy of the ancient Greek Nike statue, which can also be seen in the Louvre. The victory goddess of Samothrace symbolizes victory. First, the victory of Samothrace is the most famous statue of the goddess Nike, who is always depicted with wings, except in the case of Apteros Nike, with which the artist wanted to show that Nike would never leave Athens, and of course symbolizes victory. In mythology, she appears as the daughter of Styx and Pallas, a follower of Zeus, ruler of the gods, and with her brothers Kratos, state, passion, and violence, she supported the gods during the Battle of the Titans. The Golden Voyager actually symbolizes Baphomet, Lucifer, the light bringer. The symbolism of this scene is immense. Lucifer lifts Nike, Victor in ancient Greek, to a victory over mankind in God's kingdom. Everyone is gray, which symbolizes nothing other than that every individual has lost the liveliness of God's image, and there is no morality, no decency, no faith, and no identity left. So they're the NPC characters, right? The darkness begins now. And then it goes into the analysis. Basically, a lot of repetition there. As the text progresses, and this is the mention of Nike, renowned sculptures, blah, blah, blah. As the text progresses, the Golden Voyager is associated with Baphomet, where the author provides a strong symbolic interpretation. The victory of Nike is seen as Lucifer's triumph over humanity and God's kingdom. And we already read that. The closing statement, and this is where I had a question on that. If anybody caught what was said in French, or if you found subtitles where it says what they've said, because I don't know if the darkness begins now is something that this person is pulling from sort of literary work, a performance, you know, but the darkness begins now. If that's something that they said in the closing ceremony, that's a little, it makes it a little freakier, right? It kind of changes the tone for me as far as their intention. What were they trying to do here? So it suggests a pessimistic viewpoint where the end of humanity and the rise of evil are highlighted. Now that's, I mean, it's up for interpretation, of course, but we'll see. Lucifer was a title applied to pompous King Nebuchadnezzar in the Bible, not a thing to be idealized or heroized. Yep. Yeah, thank you, Leonard. Follow me on all the things if you want. And I'm sorry in advance. Don't report me to the police in Manchester. Heaven forbid. Oh, and there was also this person said, was that an Israeli flag? And it wasn't. It was a Greek flag, which is also kind of weird because you are in France. I know they're doing a nod to Greece and the Olympics and all that stuff, but the whole thing, while some of the visuals, not the people portion, but the light show that was going on was pretty impressive. They had lights all throughout the stadium, and they were moving like statues or horses and that kind of stuff. It looked pretty impressive, looked pretty cool. But the people dance portion, there's a lot of questions about the choices that were made for that, in my opinion. So yeah, the Olympics are over, but we did get some fire memes. It's just the cringe was a lot. It was just a lot. Let's see. Okay. Who else got a little taken in by some of the pictures of the Kamala arriving on her plane to her rally or whatever, and there were no reflections in the airplane? It got me at first. It did. It looked like bad Photoshop. And to be fair, I still don't really believe a lot of the stuff that's debunking. Why did my browser lose connection to my screen share audio? Hold on. Let me try this again. StreamYard has been acting up for a lot of people. Let's see. They should have just stuck with the Pink Floyd laser light show. I mean, I'm not gonna knock it, but it looked all right. So I got kind of taken in by the picture that was going around that was like a close-up, right? And there were no reflections of people in there. So it looked like she was actually just walking down to an empty field, right? It was really real, supposedly. Yeah. I don't know. It's hard to tell anymore. Fakes are so good. But this video, I believe, is real. Unfortunately, it comes from Ian Miles Chong. I don't like him. He annoys me. He rips off content from other people, and then his go viral. And it's like, you didn't even credit the person, you dick. Now, okay, let's say the people are real. Were they paid to be there? That's the next level, right? Because there's a lot of suspicion that the support for Kamala, who was not voted in to be the nominee, right? Funny how that doesn't have to work on one side. But it appears as though, and this has happened a couple of times. So Kamala Harris's campaign X account was caught sharing a video of Trump's rally in Montana from 2 hours earlier in the day, claiming it was live footage from when she was there. Colin Rugg says he's never seen a campaign lie so blatantly. Meow. Thank you. Spread your meowdy magic. So yeah, shortly before Trump's rally started, Kamala HQ shared the footage. We'll look at it in a second. A timestamp shows the video was taken at 7:36 p.m. Eastern. Live footage from 9:35 Eastern shows a packed arena. This is just one of the many deceptive posts the account has made in the past few weeks. So we are in a time, election season. Election season, you always have the propaganda. Hands down, it's just going to happen. So you have to be careful what you consume, because it may not be true. A lot of it's not. Some of it is. So, use your judgment. Yeah. Evil Fire Dragon God King. Some say she pays for people to be there. I don't know if that's true. I mean, how are we ever going to know if that's true? But they're pulling stuff like this. So the reality, Trump to speak at 10, Harris HQ. So their official account posted this as if it was real time. Yeah, bruh. Deceptive much? And Colin had another one that was actually really funny because it was a self-own from someone who's a Kamala supporter. And the tweet that has since been deleted. It said, breaking, Trump has ordered his team to literally cover up entire levels of venues he's unable to fill with venues he's unable to fill, commas matter, people, with black cloths to make it appear as if there aren't thousands of empty seats. So left-wing influencer William Legate accidentally roast Kamala Harris's crowd size after he thought it was Trump's rally. In a now deleted post, he trashed Trump for ordering his team to cover up thousands of empty seats. One problem, the rally was Kamala Harris's rally in Arizona. So Trump has ordered his team to literally cover up entire levels to make it seem like he has more people there. Gotta love the cell phones. Yeah, this whole section. Ow, I hurt my own feelings. Report him to the Manchester Police Stat. Let's see. They met them by checking IDs. They paid the attendees for Harris rally. Huh. Do you have a confirmation of it? I'm just curious. See. We're working along. Oh, and another thing that was a little... It wasn't cool. I'll say it wasn't cool. So there's a salon owner who was told that she had to shut down her shop because the rally was happening. And while her shop was locked and closed up, per security's orders, one of the Secret Service agents comes to her shop, puts tape over the camera, breaks in, and so everyone could use the bathroom. Like, really? They didn't plan for that? It's so gross, though. Sorry about that. That's a little obnoxious. Yeah, they were just letting people into use the bathroom and stuff. Are you kidding me? The ATF put tape on the camera. Oh, it's ATF on the camera and broke it into murder. You had me. I'm like, oh, it's the ATF, not Secret Service. God damn it, you got me. So gullible. I need to read the whole thing before speaking it. Yeah, grab some candies before you go. Yeah, absolutely. Now, could you imagine if this was the other side of the aisle and some of Trump's security detail broke into a place? Like, and oh my gosh, it would be all over the news, right? Rules for thee, but not for me. Let's see. All right, so that was the end of the election stuff. So there's a little bit of a palate cleanser, but it's still clown world. I just thought it was funny, and it's the world we live in.
Gotta get in. Oh, wait on. I'll just ask this guy. Excuse me. Would you mind taking a photo of us?
Yeah, no problem.
Thank you.
And I'll probably have to pause this because I'll get copy claimed. It seems like it's a British show. Actually, you know what? I'm surprised all these people aren't in jail. Maybe they are. Maybe they are. Comedy. It's violent.
Okay, everybody say cheese.
Oh, actually, I'm a vegan. Could you please have us say something else?
Okay, everybody say tofu.
Tofu is actually not as good for you as vegans think. Any CrossFitter will tell you that. It's bad for your testosterone
We got one of each. It's beautiful.
levels.
Okay, I'm sorry. How about we all just smile?
Oh, if one more asshole asks me to smile.
Not really an arsehole. Taking a photo for you, so...
What's it to smile about anyway?
Oh, actually, I think they're Australian. But still, potato. You're both islands are fucked. Yeah, soap dodger.
Okay, would you like me to just count backwards from 3?
Oh, would you like dyslexic people to just not exist?
My cousin has dyslexia, so offended.
Adopted. Don't even know who my cousins are, so more offended.
The Victim Olympics right here. I guess I should have used this one to end the Olympics, but pickle? They're Australian or New Zealanders. Yes, thank you.
How about this? We all put a word we're comfortable with in our heads, and I'll get the shot.
Either way, they're not free.
No, it doesn't sound very inclusive, though, does it? I suppose you'd like us all to stand a few metres apart, would you, Stalin?
Jesus Christ.
Oh, I don't see what religion has to do with this.
Well, I'm an atheist, so majorly triggered.
Is that a comment on the gun debate? Still trying to control people.
But it's not just the people. Has anyone thought about the animals?
Look, this is what we're going to do. Everybody throw up a peace sign, and I'll take a photo.
Wow. Cultural appropriation is alive and well. Why don't you just ask us to say kung fu?
Guess what? New plan, group selfie, ready, set, go, boom. And looks awesome. You're going to love it.
Wait.
Nice to meet you.
Oh, you took it with the front camera, you stupid cyclist dick.
It's beautiful. It captures all of them. All of them. And they're all offended by each other. It made my heart happy. So it made me feel good. We're on our next segment. I'm gonna remember the bumper this time, I promise. I just need to find it. What's everybody doing? Oh, you guys are talking a lot. Let's see. Would you like me to chuck this phone in the water? Yeah. Yeah. Just don't even ask. What the dick inside a commercial? Is that a thing? Your favorite TV show of all time. Are you trolling me or do you actually know what that is? And what country are you living in? Yes, the obsidian odor. That's how the fun and energy gets sucked out of the room. They're all emotional vampires. If you've seen What We Do in the Shadows, if you haven't, Wednesday night watch parties on my Discord server, we watch an episode or two. There's a Colin Robinson who's an emotional vampire. No, energy vampire, not emotional vampire. Energy vampire. He just talks and talks and talks about things and just you can see the life draining from people around him. He works in a corporate office. I was talking to my coworker about that guy today because we have a certain person in the office that does that to people. So yeah, energy vampires are real. I bet you didn't know that. Okay. Oh, ew. I'm looking at what we're going to look at next. If I saw it, you have to see it. So, well, our next category is the uns. The uns. Here we go. That's not the uns bumper. Mental health is no joke, but some people definitely are. If you or someone you love are experiencing manic episodes, having sudden urges to shave your head and or dance around the house with butcher knives, or feel compelled to try on your sister's, mother's, or wife's clothing and subsequently experience a euphoria boner, we strongly encourage you to speak to a licensed professional. That's it. That's a disclaimer.
Grab the popcorn and get ready, folks. It's time for the unhinged, the unwell, and the unbalanced.
You've shown me the show before? Or the cider? Scares you? You should be scared. They're unwell and unbalanced. And our first up for the unwell and unbalanced. She's at it again. She is at it again. And I'm sorry. Good old Rosie. Remember when people liked her a lot? She was really likable before she got so miserable and I don't know. She was a lot of fun back in the 90s. She had a talk show and everything. I liked her as a kid. My mom watched her. Little Miss. Yeah, that is Rosie. Oh, night, Texas. It's good to see you. Or are you saying goodnight to somebody else? Oh, you're saying goodnight to Adam. Good night, Adam. I missed that. All right.
This moron speak? Can
Who's
he
she talking about?
form a coherent sentence? He is the worst thing that ever happened. Period. And he's just babbling like an incoherent asshole. He's like Dr. Doom. He's the worst thing. Oh, you know what? He just lies, lies, lies. I am done with Donald Trump. Let's be done with Donald, okay? Done with Donald.
We're done with Rosie O'Donnell. No, okay. I don't really have a lot to say about her. She's just a garbage human. One of the last things that I saw her in was with Kathy Griffin. And, you know, they're on the hate Trump train. And that was after Kathy Griffin was holding up the severed head mannequin. This one's just, I love the owns. The owns are great. So this chick covered her entire arm tattoo. After years spent finding the perfect artist, scheduling session after session, and spending thousands of dollars, my Harry Potter sleeve is finally completely blacked out. Fuck J.K. Rowling and every transphobe and turf on the planet. Jean Parmesan. Wait, so in your youth, you made a permanent change to your body that you grew to regret? Yes, it's amazing how right my dad was about this whole thing. Laughing emoji. I was just like, they don't even see it. They are so tunnel visioned in to current thing, right? NPC, chip and head. We're against this, but there's no reasoning. There's no logic. They're just retarded. You think who Rosie got launched into the sun in a Simpsons episode? Probably. Hopefully that's a prediction. You know, Simpsons are always right. Bye-bye, Betty. Not black face, but black arm. I know. Somebody's going to be offended about that, and I don't know what liberals are going to do. I guess invest in laser removal. It's not a good look. I know, you know, there's other people that have done it that had really cool tattoos. Davey Havoc of AFI, he had a really cool, he's a super libtard. He had a really cool Nightmare Before Christmas sleeve, blacked it out just like that. It's like, and then because they are influencers, right? Then a lot of other people decided to black out their arms, and it's like, you guys are all boneheads. I swear. Our next unwell. I don't know if he's actually unwell. I'm presuming he's unwell because it's Corey Feldman. And I was just really confused. What is happening here?
Woo! Come on now. Get ready to come back. Get ready.
Is he into comedy now, or is this a legit effort? He does not look well. That he stole some lady's belt.
Get ready to come back. Get you down on the floor, they're gonna keep it. Just kick you some more and treat you like spit. When you reach for the door, they're gonna close it. You're a beautiful soul, but no one knows it. We all have sadness, moments that we love.
Is that who he's trying to be too, High Strong? He's trying to be like Michael Jackson? That's weird. Was he one of the kids at the Neverland Ranch? My opinions have changed on all that, but anyway. But I think he was. He was hanging out with Michael when he was a kid, though, right?
When we must again was show them who it's for. Come back, king. I ain't missing, this is nothing. When you going, you swing, that'll make you stay. I'm the come back, king.
Is he on tour, or was this like a special event? I don't know. Research is needed, but he's not well. It's definitely not balanced. And we're gonna wrap up the Unwells with a Florida man, but not a story. It's a video, because it's one of the most humorous news stories. This guess is the funniest news story I've seen in a while. Yeah.
So take me. Hey, chill. I just hit you again. What the you do about it?
For the first time, we are seeing body camera video when Miami-Dade police say they were assaulted by a quadriplegic man. A case so unusual, even the judge at first appearance seems surprised.
I have truly never seen a case like this.
It happened May 1st. Police were called to the Southwest Miami-Dade home of Brian Amastha, also known as El Valiente.
I can't. The smirk on his face when he's in court, it's like, it's so creepy to me.
His stage name when he's performing music. According to the report, Amastha and his mother, seen here in red, were involved in an argument.
But
when mom is put in handcuffs, this happens.
Nah, bro, don't fucking do that.
Brian,
Nah,
hey,
man.
stop hitting me with the
No,
chair,
man,
Brian.
stop
That's
doing
a
that.
battery on a
You
wheel.
just said.
When we interviewed Amastha back then, he told us that
Stop hitting us with your chair. That's battery on a Leo law enforcement officer. I mean, it technically is, but
this.
They claimed that I hit them with my wheelchair.
Did you?
I absolutely did not.
The report stated that you spit at an officer.
Right. So I suffer from acid reflux, so I normally spit.
acid reflux. It was a DV call between him and his mom, right? Yeah, and then she got arrested, and then he starts bumping the officers. But he has acid reflux, and that's why he spits.
Spit. And I spat like the totally different direction.
But this is the video.
You want to listen or not?
Oh,
Amastha also told us he.
Completely different direction.
But this is the video.
You want to listen or not?
Totally different direction. I don't know what they're talking about. Dude pulling stuff out of his paraplegic ass. Totally different direction.
But this is the video.
You want to listen or not?
Amastha also told us
say
he
effing
felt
pigs?
humiliated during his
Yeah.
arrest.
Bro, you laughing at me, bro?
Because he was separated from his motorized wheelchair, which he says was damaged when it was put on a flatbed. You see one officer appearing to text someone, joking that they were going to put him on the tow truck.
I'm done. Oh my god. Oh, we got Adam revealed, my lady. Adam. My Adam song. It's he's commenting from his yacht. Actually, he's sitting in the Lambo that's parked on his yacht. He's waiting to get on the helicopter to his next destination for his, where his other yacht lives. He impounded his shit.
Yeah, because
Officers later seen inspecting their legs. Amastha charged with 2 counts of battery on a law enforcement officer. And we are told that corrections did not have a transport van to transport Amastha with his wheelchair, and that's why officers on scene called fire rescue to take him and called a tow truck to take the chair. We're told that there's another hearing in this case scheduled right here for tomorrow. We're in Miami. I'm Janine Stanwood, Local 10 News.
First-hand video of the controversial arrest. Janine, thanks a lot.
You know they wanted to laugh. As soon as the cameras were off, they were cracking up. More crazy redneck arrest videos. That was hilarious. Oh my gosh, Ricky Berwick lately. I mean, always, but he's been putting out some bangers. Oh gosh. Okay, so that was the end of the Unwells. I'll look up the body cam for that one. Maybe we'll cover that another time. But next, it's time for love. Finding love on the internet. True romance stories. Putting your heart out there. Your poetry on Craigslist. Seeking that special someone. with specific features. But if that person doesn't see this, any of you will do. That's the common thread. So, and here we go.
Are you looking for me? I'm looking for someone. Can you be someone?
Hi, I'm Maurice. I'm an executive by day and a wild man by night.
I do fashion photography. I took a sponge ball, was pulling him out of a little girl's ear. I'm looking for the goddess. Are you the goddess? Who is the goddess? The goddess is the woman, is a woman, is any woman, is all women.
I'm a 25-year subscriber to both Playboy and the New Yorker magazine.
No fatties. I want it all. No dopers, no smokers, no alcoholics. I steal watches. No posers.
We don't like to write checks.
No hamsters.
We don't like to take out the garbage.
What I'm doing right now is making a movie about World War II. No Donna Juanitas. Do you like cats?
Do you like cats? no posers. I like that one actually kind of sounds like hypnotic too. It worked out very nicely. I know, right? Hypno has high standards. God. Okay, so there were a few I kind of bounced around. I wanted to do this with my guest Jesse, but I was going to ease him into the pool, the cesspool. That is misconnections of Craigslist. So this one, location Niceville. I don't believe that's a place for a second. To the beautiful lady in the white dress with blue flowers, you have the most stunning eyes and the prettiest smile. We locked eyes a few times and exchanged some flirty smiles. Hope you see this. I'd love to get your name or hear from you. Winky face. All right, this was an introduction post for my guest. I figured Albuquerque might have some interesting ones. I didn't spend a whole lot of time looking, but I pulled a couple. Can you believe that The Bachelorette, or I think The Bachelor came first, yeah? Came from that video dating. I believe it because, I mean, The Bachelor started late 90s, mid to late 90s, I think, right? I don't know. My cousin was watching it. I never really got into it, but yeah, I mean, there were like online forums. Craigslist existed then too, but video dating, I guess, was kind of a hot thing. Speed dating, I guess, was also a thing. Okay, I was at work in Albuquerque. It was 2:30 this afternoon. You, female, are absolutely stunning. We exchanged smiles and lots of looks. I wanted to ask your name and number, but I was at work and didn't want to make it awkward. This is better. Tell me where we were. Well, tell me where we were at, and let's connect. I can't stop thinking about you. This is awkward too. I mean, you've got the weirdos that, like a friend of mine a long time ago, she would scour Craigslist misconnections, hoping that she would see somebody talking about her. So, I mean, they do exist, but that's a very small percentage of people. I hope. I don't know. I don't know what I hope for anymore. It's just oh, this one's gross. I don't know. It grossed me out. It's not like graphic or anything, but I would love to touch your hair in Albuquerque. Just in case the nice gal wearing the Jurassic Park shirt at the Duke City Game Store on Lomas happens to see this, because everyone's still looking. Not everyone is me, Mr. Albuquerque. I would love to touch your hair. It just looks so soft. Extra O's in there too. I was the guy that complimented you on the shirt and said your hair was awesome. I wanted to ask then, but chickened out and thought it seemed a bit creepy. He wanted to ask, did he want to ask if he could touch her hair then, but thought it seemed a bit creepy? Yeah, that would be super fucking creepy. What are you talking about? And it still totally does, bingo. But I keep thinking about your hair, so I had to ask. I mean, that would really be bizarre. I would think he'd be like a Buffalo Bill type. I want to touch your hair and then I want to wear it later, you know? Yeah, and somehow this isn't. Oh yeah, we got a Biden. I'm gonna go Biden on her hair too. Brandon, no. Get the newspaper, bunk. Bob Mossova. Craig Newmark began Craigslist in 1995 as an email distribution list to friends featuring local events in the San Francisco Bay Area. You know, it's really, really busy in the San Francisco Bay Area. I was working in Berkeley for a few years, and whenever we needed like day laborers or looking for work, you could actually go to the work section and find people that were decent. I would just typically stay away from Craigslist, but at least in the San Francisco Bay Area, the whole Bay Area, you got some legit people in there. So I'm still haunted by the misconnections post where it sounded like the dude was in some woman's home uninvited, looking around her stuff, and then talking about wearing blue shoes. Had to look that up on Urban Dictionary later and found out that it had to do with a foot fetish. I don't know. It just sounded creepy. It sounded like he was breaking into someone's home and doing weird stuff. When he says hair, does he actually mean boobs? That would be less weird. I don't know. Not smell your boobs. Touch your boobs. I don't know. Is there a gas leak in here? I just have a couple more and then we'll wrap it up. You guys have suffered enough. Thank you so much. Oh, too tiny. Too tiny. This one is from Pensacola. Florida usually has some interesting ones too. It's gonna kind of gross me out. Not gonna lie. Used to see you at the Waffle House on Woodbine. Used to see each other at the Waffle House on Woodbine. You are probably 30 or younger guy and would come in overnight. I'd love to scatter and smother each other. I mean, you're missing out a lot of details here. That's a little vague. But the scatter and smother? I don't know. I don't know. Oh, Yamato, hair and boobs? Why not both? Suffered, we want more. You're not gonna get it. I don't have much left. And hey, this is actually almost an hour and 30 minutes. It's a lot for a solo stream. I have a very tiny bladder. Yeah. Yeah, that's that. So not really all that particular about who he's looking for. I think he'd just be happy. And this is obviously a man. Do not delude yourself in thinking this is written by a woman. Really? Yeah, it's a classy bunch over in the misconnection section. I mean, we started in Niceville. That was a polite post. They do exist. The New England area typically has very wholesome posts. Most of them are elderly people looking for other elderly people. Some are horny elderly people, though, and that made it a little strange. But I mean, everybody needs love, but Craigslist. The Waffle House poster was probably probably 75. Yeah. Yeah. This one's short. I refurbish dressers. Woodworker here looking for dressers. Thanks. You know what he's saying, right? Some people call them CDs. I miss my CD player. I'm looking for a CD player. I have a CD player. This one's calling it I do dressers. That's an interesting take because there's this little combo thing that's happening here. It's a very simple post, but if you have been scouring misconnections as much as I have, you find the coded language, right? Okay, we get it. Woodworker. Everyone's looking for a woodworker is a woodworker. It's a warbly tongue twister. Get it. Woodworker. Sure. Looking for dressers. Refurbished dressers. God damn it. Words are hard. So I thought there was actually some decent amount of thought that went into this one. I'm not a fan, but props where props are due. So he's looking for a cross-dresser. And, that tells you that they're boomers or older people because you're not allowed to call them CDs or CD players anymore. There's certain terms for that, I guess. More PC terms. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, guys. Got it. Yeah. Easy. R2-Lee2, you know more than you're letting on. I don't believe you. Like, I'm going to put this to the chat. So this is in Castro Valley. So this is California. Yes. San Leandro. Yep. South of Berkeley. Okay. Just the absolute top of the food chain to me. And since this is the internet, I thought I'd take a stab at finding someone to connect with. One of those so hotly sought after FWBs. Things sound lovely, but who knows what we could be onto. I'm just going to read it as written, so bear with me. Life's short, so why not go for it? Whatever your situation, single, married, BF, 10 kids, I want to talk. Fill those voids, phrasing, for each other, mentally, physically, whatever elsely. Chatting throughout the day, coffee dates, love all of it. Bit about me, attached, white, mid-30s, allegedly look younger, but who knows. 6'4", brown hair, hazel green eyes, handsome according to those old ladies who may have been being nice about the age thing. Fit, a few tattoos, but not full hipster, no drugs, disease, and vaccinated. Oh, that's a keeper. That's a selling point right there. I feel like a cross between hipster jock and nerd, yet don't fit in with any of them either. Big into cycling, bonus points if you want to ride too. Cars, sports, music, the unbearable weight of being sci-fi and horror movies, coffee, animals, animals. I think you need to be more specific when you throw animals into the mix because it's Craigslist. Let's be honest. Boyd's. Right, with Oakland so close. Yeah. R2B2, you are not a sweet, innocent summer child. Deduct 10 points for lying. Okay, animals. Other things I can't remember on the spot. If you're still here, big if. I would have capitalized if. Just tell me a bit about yourself. What resonated with you from that mess of a word salad? Hope you find whatever you're looking for one way or another. Posted 4 hours ago, so this was just this afternoon. He's into aardvarks and octopi. He wrote a whole ass Tinder profile. I mean, that's a lot. He probably just copy pastas that on everything. He thinks this was gold. No doubt. Yamada, what does Yamada say? Moxie makes these sound poetic. 1,000 Men needs to add music. Oh no. I don't know how to do the voices, so I just read them as me. So I guess it's losing something, but if I had a guest, I could make them do it. I haven't made my last couple of guests read them, but I should get back to that. I did once upon a time. But I think that's all I have. Hold on. No, we have business to attend to. Because let's see. No, I don't want to start a poll. Membership gift. Yeah, I think everybody's already green here, but I have 5 to give, so other people who aren't here get memberships. Yay! Congratulations. I'm sorry. But I had them, so you has them now. And what I wanted to do is I wanted to see who else was on. Monday isn't quite oh god, have you guys seen the Wade Wilson trial guy, the guy that was just convicted of murder ×2? Cheers. He's the guy that got all of his face tattoos while in prison. Here, I'll show you. This guy. They call him, like, he has more than that actually. Must be an older picture. But yeah, he's got certain World War II era symbols tattooed on the sides of his head. He's a great guy. But there's so many women that are simping for him, and I have some personal feelings about this because I work adjacent to a prison program, and the inmates, some of them get posted on social media, and then you get a whole bunch of simpy women in the chat trying to connect with them, get their CDCR number. I want to write to him. He's so misunderstood. Gag, gag, gag. I'm talking, these are like this guy. That's the kind of facility. Like, these people are women. Women, am I right? Little Miss, that's so cute. All right. So who is on right now? Epic Mike is on. Let's see. Livistro, Camelot's still on. Got Toasty with Moxie. Oh, she's streaming. She was trying to get a girls panel together on Friday nights, but it didn't work out for me. And I think a few other girls in there. I think it just isn't going anywhere right now. Let's see. Master Swag King, MG Law. Let's see. Epic Mike, Camelot, or Livistro. Who did Hypnotic send to tonight? Because he had Epic Mike on the list, I think. Who did he go to? I can fix him. Make him a good man. He's just misunderstood. Childhood trauma. He's okay. Get out of here, too high strung. I know someone in prison and she literally gets 4K a month sent to her books. Really? Is she the end the Fed chick? That meme. Wow, there's just so much more out there. So if it's Captain Save a Hope for men, it's Queen Save a Ting for women. I didn't know that the Captain Save a Hope was a thing, but it sounds kind of familiar. Oh, he rated Cannoli Squatch? Cannolisa Squatch. Cannoli Sasquatch. Oh my gosh. I don't have my glasses on. And I'm tired. I stay up too late. What is sleep? Okay. You know what? I'm gonna do a poll. You tell me. Oh, not a Q&A. Darn this button. Hold on. Start poll. All right. Democracy. Democracy. Cannoli says what? So, the secret of getting a girlfriend is going to jail? Somebody should have told me that years ago. Well, I don't think it's so easy to get conjugal visits, though, so depends on the facility, I guess. Yeah. Do not recommend. I don't know, if you meet up with somebody off of Craigslist, you might be on the other end of, I don't know, the unaliving. Do we have things? Do we have... All right, so it looks like we're going to Livistro. He's my Uber Discord mod dragon. All right, so we are gonna go.
I got the one where it pushes everybody.
And clap them cheekies.
Push, yes. Hold RT. Oh, okay. We may have incoming. Uh-oh. From who? It would be incoming.
What happened to your cheekies? I heard somebody say clap cheekies one time, and I'm like, I have to use that forever. My favorite.
This way.
Panty raid. That SpongeBob episode cracked me up. Night, Bob. Thanks for hanging out. Oh, I hate it when it always defaults to top chat, and then sometimes
Moxie
I'll
raid. Oh wow. Hello, Moxie Day. Texas Beast and Argostal 1000 men. How you doing?
I forget he's got like all these rules built into his YouTube, so I have a habit of coming in and being all like, "Oh, caps, woo!" I get banned automatically. I get put in timeout. Like, I'm sorry. Thank you, Evil Fire Dragon God King. You have a good day or night too. But yeah, don't forget to like the stream. I haven't liked the stream. Shame on me. Shame. Like his stream.
Hello, Dark
And
Purple Turn Loose.
we are
Yamato
going to
85
get auto
got
ban.
Hotbed.
Rude.
R2D2. Hello, everybody. Thank you for the raid, Moxie. I'm lost.
He's so sweet. All right, guys, I am going to call it for tonight. Thank you for hanging out. Hey, I did all right. 1 hour and 40 minutes all by my onesie. So not a lot going on today. And the boomerang. Can't forget the boomerang. That adds time. But coming up, I'm going to stop the stream here. So coming up, what do I have? I have the next several Mondays scheduled out. I've got Epic Mike, Coach MC. I recently had Brian on. I had Words on, and I have Atreus coming up. I have a whole bunch of people. They're already posted to my YouTube channel, so you can see what's coming up. Cellulite Podcast. I need to get you on the roster again, sir. How you doing? It's good to see you. But yeah, I'm just talking about my Mondays. I've guest booked out through mid-September, so I'm gonna be hitting this guy up. That guy. It's a Will. And we had a one-on-one. It was more just a conversation before, but now the show's kind of like developed its kind of a format, and I have bumpers and stuff. So love the bumps. So yeah, Cellulite Podcast will be returning. He hasn't agreed to it yet, but he will. Good to catch you. So yeah, several weeks lined out. I'm gonna do a Star Trek stream soon. That's already up and ready to go on my YouTube channel. It'll be live stream with Tiny But Fierce. I'm in talks with House of Flux to get back into our Twilight Zone streams that we were doing once or twice a month. And aside from that, there's a little talk between a certain Words person and myself about doing a monthly show together. So things to look forward to. Things will be lots of fun stuff. I had a great time with Leon. The energy is so high. It'd just be really cool to like check in and do something fun once a month. And what else is there? Oh, I have my birthday stream coming up on the 23rd. That is also posted for those that are interested in following that one. Ring the bell, by the way, and subscribe if you haven't subscribed. And if you have subscribed, make sure you still are subscribed, because YouTube is asshole. And my numbers go down and up all the time. And it's like, really? And like after a few days of, the roller coaster, they give it back. I'm going to try to actually end the stream tonight and not leave empty dead air. But you guys seem to like that. So I don't know. Maybe I should just have my stream on all the time and not be here. You guys seem to have a great time. So yeah, lots of stuff coming up. I'm trying to post things early to get ahead of it, because I don't like being in like super rushed or stressed out. But the kiddo starts school this week, so I will have a little bit more time to devote to my YouTube stuff. I have totally been neglecting my members only stuff, so I have work to do. Yeah, do all the things, like all the stuff. Come back again. I don't know. I guess I'll see you on Monday. All right, later, taters. Have a good night. Be safe. Don't get arrested.